Bill O'Reilly here, Wednesday, June 1st, 2022. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. House Democrats move forward on gun control. Confidence in the economy crumbles. Gas prices go even higher. Americans are fleeing liberal cities. Also ahead, did Hillary Clinton get away with more alleged corruption? But first, Democrats in Congress introducing new bills to combat gun violence. 8 proposals being considered by the House Judiciary Committee. Options include new rules on illegal sales, universal background checks, national red flag laws, and raising the purchase age for rifles. Any legislation would need the support of 10 Republicans in the Senate to pass the 60-vote threshold there. A new survey from Gallup shows most Americans becoming more pessimistic about the economy. Just 14% think the country's finances are in good health. Only 35% say the stock market is fair. Half believe the economy is doing poorly. A whopping 77% claim the nation is moving in the wrong direction. Voters blame the bad economy on poor leadership in Washington. The average household has $9,000 less today than it did during Donald Trump's last year in the White House. Gas prices smashing record highs again for the 4th straight week. The national average stands at $4.65 a gallon, up 120% compared to 2 years ago. Gallon in California costs close to $6.50. Prices broke the $5 mark in 10 states. Of course, California, New York, Illinois, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Arizona. Cheapest gas in the USA can be found in Kansas and Arkansas. Economists predict the national average will top $6 a gallon by August. Data from the U.S. Census Bureau finds millions of Americans are leaving Democrat-controlled cities for Republican states. Since 2020, the population of Los Angeles has dropped 1%, Chicago 2%, New York City a whopping 4%. That's a net loss of 360,000 residents from the Big Apple. Hotspots for people fleeing the cities: Texas, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, Idaho, and Utah. In a moment, did Hillary Clinton get away with yet another dubious thing? Right back with it. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years, interest rates rising, and a recession may loom. Our retirement accounts are in real danger, no doubt about it. If you want to protect your future, please do what I did. Call the only precious metal dealers I trust, American Hartford Gold. They can show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. All it takes to get started is a short phone call, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They are the highest-rated firm in the country with an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. Plus, tell them O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Wow. So please don't wait. Call them now, 877-444-GOLD. 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Shortly after Michael Sussman was acquitted by a D.C. jury of lying to the FBI, and that happened earlier this week, I was on the phone with Donald Trump, who lamented the verdict. The former president believes the jury was stacked with liberal activists, and indeed, there is evidence that 3 of the jurors have aggressively supported the Democratic Party in the past. Should they have been removed from the jury pool? A lot of legal experts say yes, but the judge allowed them to stay. Now, Sussman is suspected of feeding the FBI the phony information about Russian collusion on behalf of Hillary Clinton's campaign. That information that Sussman trafficked linked candidate Trump to a corrupt Russian bank. That allegedly happened in the fall of 2020, shortly before the presidential vote. Special counsel John Durham has made it clear that he believes the Clinton campaign and Hillary herself contrived the ruse and Sussman was the messenger. The problem is that in the trial, former FBI counsel James Baker, Durham's star witness, made contradictory statements about Sussman. Presto, reasonable doubt and acquittal. Durham should have foreseen that major problem because Baker, again the FBI counsel, had testified under oath in front of a congressional committee and said different things than he said about Sussman in the trial. Now, we all know that you must convict on beyond a reasonable doubt. If the star witness is contradictory, that raises reasonable doubt. But the truth is more important than Sussman's conviction. And the key to the truth is who is paying Sussman's lead attorney, Sean Berkowitz. He is very expensive. His firm, Latham Watkins, is very expensive. I estimate that Sussman's legal bills could be close to $1 million and perhaps higher than that. So who is picking up the tab? It is likely not Michael Sussman. I don't know the answer to that question, and of course, Sussman is not going to tell us. What I do know is that this whole thing is dirty, top to bottom. I also know that John Durham knows exactly what happened in one of the most corrupt campaign tricks in history. So now Durham himself should tell the nation what he believes took place in this terrible situation. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by actually writing it. For more honest news analysis, please go to BillO'Reilly.com. And I hope you check out my new book, #1, Killing the Killers, Great Father's Day Gift. In a moment, something you might not know. Supply chain issues have been a catalyst to bring high-tech manufacturing back to the USA. My tech guy, the founder of Brownstone Research, calls it the Great Recalibration and discusses it in his new newsletter, Near Future Report. For 35 years, Jeff Brown has helped his subscribers safely navigate volatile times to preserve and grow wealth. He also answers your most pressing questions like how to protect your retirement from inflation. What are the implications of a new digital currency and the Great Reset? What will the Fed do with interest rates? And what's going to happen in the stock market this year? Brownstone Research has been at the forefront of major market moves for 35 years. Let Jeff help you by signing up for his newsletter today at a 75% discount, a 12-month subscription, only $49. So please go to jeffbrowntech.com. jeffbrowntech.com, jeffbrowntech.com. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 243 years ago today, a military tribunal in Philadelphia convened to decide the fate of a Revolutionary War hero. The trial of America's most notorious traitor had begun. Here is the story of Benedict Arnold. Arnold first fought for the British crown during the French and Indian War. George Washington also did that. When the Revolutionary War broke out, he joined the Continental Army and served under Washington. Despite his heroic service, Arnold felt he did not receive the recognition he deserved. After injuring his leg in combat, he was appointed the military governor of Philadelphia. During his time in Pennsylvania, rumors circulated accusing Arnold of abusing his position for profit. On June 1st, 1779, Arnold was court-martialed for profiteering. He was ultimately ordered to pay Congress £1,000 in restitution, a colossal amount. Soon after, Benedict Arnold began secret negotiations with the king in London to surrender the American fort at West Point, New York. His demand vast sums of money and a command in the king's army. A few months later, a messenger was captured by American forces in New York. In the messenger's bag were letters revealing Arnold's treasonous plot. The traitor, Arnold, fled to safety behind British lines. Arnold then received a commission with the British Army and served in several battles against the Americans. After the war, he moved to England. While the British population regarded him with apathy, his former countrymen despised him. In North America, his name will forever be associated with treachery. He died in London on June 4th, 1801, at the age of 60. And here's something else you might not know. Benedict Arnold was nearly captured by George Washington himself. The two men were scheduled to have breakfast in southern New York on September 25th, 1780. As Washington approached, Arnold was quietly informed that his treasonous plan had been exposed. He fled in panic. Wrote Washington later that day, quote, "Arnold has betrayed us. Who can we trust now?" Back after this. Did you hear about the Arizona real estate agent who found her home listed for sale? The problem was she wasn't selling her home. She was the victim of home title fraud. According to experts at Home Title Lock, the crime is incredibly profitable and hard to detect. A thief creates a fake title transfer for your home, refiles as the new owner, then takes out loans or actually sells the house. Typical identity theft services and homeowners insurance does not cover you. Home Title Lock will. Home Title Lock can detect tampering with your home's title, help shut it down, and help get your home back into your name. So please go to HomeTitleLock.com, read the testimonials from FBI agents. Also, see if you are already a victim. Register your address with HomeTitleLock.com and tell them Bill sent you for 30 free days of protection. HomeTitleLock.com, HomeTitleLock.com. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.